Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, my strength and my Redeemer. What can the instrument do apart from the one who is doing the playing? The instrument can do nothing apart from the one. So here I am, Lord. Play me. Make me your melody, your lyric, your sound. Let me be the sound through which the world hears and recognizes the very existence of an all-powerful God. This is just the first paragraph of a prayer the Lord put in my heart. And I started praying it, and then I put it in all three of the worship books, in We Worship, in Rebuilding Worship, and then in Tones of the Throne Room. I put it in there because I believe it is the prayer that every worshiper I know should be praying every day, that He is the one who is doing the playing, and we're just simply the instruments that He's playing. It goes on to talk about how I have nothing that is of any value or worth unless the Lord is playing me for His glory. We are having our next We Who Worship gathering. It's coming up in June, 18th, 19th, and 20th. It's going to be the most amazing outpouring, I believe, that we've ever had of the Spirit of God in spirit and in truth for worshipers. If you've not yet registered, I invite you to do so at salemfamilyministries.org. You can register right online. And if you want to be a part of it and you feel that God is calling you, please don't hesitate. Just come on. Because really and truly, this is our 7th year, and there's something great about the number 7. 7 means it is finished. And I'm not saying that the We Worship is finished, but I believe that there's something in the Spirit that will be finished this time, the end of this 7th year of fulfilling and completing rebuilding worship inside of each one of us. You're the temple of the Holy Ghost. That's what 1 Corinthians says. You are the temple of the Holy Ghost. Every day I tell myself, I am the temple of the Holy Ghost. And when we begin to realize that, we operate differently, we talk differently, we walk differently, we sing differently, because it becomes more and more and more about the one we are worshiping and not us, the worshiper. It becomes more and more about what I can give, not about what I can get from the Lord. Even though He's always giving and He's always pouring out and He's always doing what He says He will do, our heart motivation should never ever be what we're getting, but what we can give to the throne room of God. He deserves our worship. He deserves our praise. I just invite you to let yourself become more of who God calls you to be. Let yourself step out of your regular routine, of your regular person that you go through. You know, it's so easy to get into the habit of just going through the routine of even worship. We get to service on time. We worship God. We go through the motions of the songs. We read the words off the screen, or if you're in a traditional church, you read them out of a hymnal. And yet the truth is, worship's about who we are on the inside. Worship is who you are in the drive-through window. Worship is who you are standing in the grocery store line when you are giving the person who's taking your money, your credit card or your debit card or your cash. It is who we are, not what we do. And I think part of the reason that Acts 15, verse 15, 16, and 17 says that worship has been ruined is because this generation is more about worship being about us than worship being about the one we are worshiping. And so I encourage you, if you've never really questioned your own heart about what are you thinking when you're worshiping, what are you doing when you're going through the daily life routine, when you're at work or when you're at play or when you're getting your nails done or your hair done or when you're getting your hair cut, guys, what are you thinking about? Because worship is not about when the music starts. John 4, Jesus is at the well talking to the woman. She is of a very not the best reputation woman, and yet He's having a great conversation with her. And in this conversation, He says the Father seeks worshipers who worship Him in spirit and in truth. I wonder, do we actually go through the heart change it takes to worship God in spirit and in truth when we are so busy and we're running through the motions and we jump into the service and we start singing the songs and then we sit down and we go to the next phase of worship. And yet God says He's searching, He's seeking, He's standing up off of the throne, and He's looking the whole earth over for people who will worship Him in spirit and in truth. So I challenge you today. I challenge you every day to be a worshiper. Don't do worship. Be worship. Be a worshiper of the Most High God. And if you like our videos, I ask you to subscribe to them. It's free. All you have to do is just put in your email where it says subscribe. And what that does is that gives us an opportunity that when we post a new video, it goes right to your email. Or maybe if you're just watching and you're already subscribed, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, because that helps us to know. And even if you want to leave a comment, you're welcome to do that too. And we'll be happy. We would love to read them. We'll be happy to respond to them as best we can. If you're not registered for We Worship, it's coming up very quickly. We want you to be a part. SalemFamilyMinistries.org. You can register right online. We love you. I encourage you today and every day to be a worshiper of the Most High God. Don't do worship. Be worship.